Hello friends, welcome to my channel Go Digit. Today in this video we will learn about telemetry setups and its complete analysis. Telemetry is something which is very essential, especially for the partners and for the developers who really want to know that how their app is performing at the customer end and what exactly the experience of the customer is going on with respect to uh, all their work which they have delivered at the customer end. So telemetry is nothing but just like a complete log, automated log, which give you a complete insight about how your software is performing, right? So basically, the thing is that we have in the Business Central uh, also have this flexibility that it emits the logs with respect to the customer experience from the web client itself, from at the environment level, at the tenant level, and at the app level, right? So we will learn about everything like how we can set up the telemetry at this particular for example environment level. Like if I go to the admin center here, as you can see that I have three environments are running at the moment. Okay, and I have this one tenant. So if I want to assign if I want to set up the telemetry for all these three environments, how we can do that? If I want to set up my telemetry for this particular tenant, how we can do that? Apart from that, if I want that I want the configuration of the telemetry for my particular app, how we can do that? And then just this is my second tenant. As you can see that this is the second tenant and it has one environment. So again, if I want to attach the telemetry configuration with this new tenant or with this new environment as well, how we can do that? Okay, so as I told you that telemetry configuration can be done at the environment level, at the tenant level, and at the app level. So basically, uh, once you go to the admin center, there are two places where we can initiate the telemetry thing. So one at the admin center level and one is at the Azure level. The major part of this telemetry configuration is directly related to the Azure only. But let's go step by step first. So if you see here, if you if you click on this telemetry link, here you can see that it is giving me a page with such fields which are available at the moment. So what it is saying to me is that here from here I can select that which environment I want to select to see the telemetry logs. Okay, then it has the all option only, so we cannot do much about it. Then here we have to select that at which particular date and at which particular time I really want to see basically that when the issue was coming up and how what type of things happen at the customer end. So all that thing I can see right right from here. Okay, and then basically after setting up the time, I can here in the minutes part I can add the minutes. It's basically a time interval between plus and minus. I can add, like for example, if I want uh 500 minutes or like 200 minutes or 15 minutes or 13 minutes plus or minus with respect to this particular date and time. So then if I click on search, so it will give me the complete insights of whatever transactions, whatever experience a user had during that particular day. So for example, if you see, it has this fields available like timestamp, which is giving you the date and the time, and this level means currently you can see here it's a 4 number is coming up. So 4, like it has a sequence from 1 2 3 4. 1 means critical, second 2 means error, 3 means warning, 4 means normal. So these type of like what type of entry, what type of uh, issue was coming up at the customer end. So this type of things you can see. And operation code name is, it has only two options, start and stop. So basically these things are coming up here. Then the object type page, object ID, which object was running up, and what was the extension, right? What was the extension, and ID, the name, and the function name. So basically it is giving you the list of the major AL events which occur at the customer end, although it does not provide you other flexibility, like if you can filter out something, okay, out of these entries, if you can filter out something, or other things, other custom dimensions if you want to add, or if you want to see here, you cannot. But I'm showing you here the output, basically whatever things happens at the admin center after you configure the telemetry. But before that, we have to configure the telemetry at the environment level, at the tenant level. So as you can see that currently production is showing me that telemetry configuration. So why it is so? So if I click on the production, here you can see that in the telemetry column, this value is showing up. I have already configured my telemetry here. That's why system managed to emit the telemetry logs, and I can see that at this level. However, if I go to my other environments, there it is not configured. So if you want to see the telemetry logs at this environment, you will not be able to do so. So let's understand how, from where I can get that value which I can define here, and then system can start uh, sending me the telemetry logs. So for that, as I said, the major part of the telemetry stays in the Azure portal. So for that, what we have to do is that in the Azure, you have to type application insights, and then you have to go here. So this is the process. This is something in the Azure monitor which helps you to configure the telemetry concept in the business center. Okay, so as you can see that I already have one application insight available, which I added in my production. So I'll tell you one thing is that it is perfectly fine that if you have one insight already available, and if you want to attach this one application insight with one environment or multiple environments, or even for multiple tenants along with your app as well, right? So it is perfectly fine that you cannot like if you want to assign one application insight with multiple environments, with multiple tenants on in multiple apps. So only thing which requires your attention is the cost. So basically, when you create an application insight and attach this insight with multiple environments, by default from the Microsoft, you get 5 GB free per month, right? Afterwards, for 1 GB log, you have to spend around 2 to 3 US dollars, right? I don't know the exact cost, but that was what I've managed to find out from the docs. So it is not something which you can say that okay, 1 GB is too much, but believe me that because it emits the logs in so much the count is too big, especially if, like you can consume multiple GBs in just one day, right? So it is very important that from the cost level you must have to set up some limits, and accordingly you can either create multiple insights, or you can assign certain major environments or tenants depending on your need, of course, right? So for example, I already have created one application insight, but yes, I just want to show you that how to create a new application insight. So let's do that. Click on create here. Okay, and then you have to first of all select your subscription, because it is not free, as I said. Okay, you have to select your subscription, then select your resource group in which all your multiple resources running on the Azure uh, gets combined into, and then the name, like for example you can type D365 BC test, like something like that. Okay, then just click on review plus create, and it is now validating all the things. And once it is done, yeah, validation is passed, click on create. So now it will start creating your resource application inside in the Azure portal. So it's just as simple as that. You don't have to do much about it. After the like, it will take some minutes, not even more than 5 minutes, but yes, of course, it will take those 5 minutes. So let's go to the existing application inside which I have. Okay, so this is my existing application inside, and once the deployment is complete, then you have to open it and come to the overview section. Here in the overview section you can see this column called connection string. So this is the string which exactly connects all your business central tenants, all your business central environments, and all your applications through this application insight. And then whatever logs the business central will emit, they will be available here. Right. So for example, just like, okay, deployment is successful as you can see. Okay, but let's copy this. And as I told you that I already assigned this telemetry in one of my existing environment called production, but now as we know that we can attach in multiple environments, so I can do that. Click on define, click on enable telemetry, and assign this value here. Right, so once it is done, click on save, and now you can see that value is registered here. But of course there is a catch here, like as soon as you assign the telemetry, your environment state will turn into preparing. So this is something which you should not do in the active hours where all your users are working, because as soon as you do that, system will move into the restart mode, something like that. Okay, server will again gets up, and all your users, active users who are currently working in the system, automatically logs out, and then it is something uh, not at all recommended during the active hours. So you can do it when nobody is working up, and then you can configure your telemetry there. That's it. Like, it will take 5 to 10 minutes again, and based on that your environment will be up, and now this environment is ready to emit all the logs from this business central and to the application insight, and as well as here. Right, now for example, we can assign the same thing in the multiple environments of one tenant. Although if you want, we can do the same in different tenant as well. Right, this is a different tenant, and if I want to attach the same telemetry account here as well, I can do that. There is no problem in that. So this is now something, it is also attached, and all those logs will from the multiple tenants will get logs here. Right, so this is something which we have to do. Now let's come at the app level. So for example, if you are having an application you are developing, and you want that all your logs should get be transferred to your application inside, so for that you have to link your app with that application inside. So to do that, go to your app.json. Here you have to add one property called context sensitive help URL, and type this value here. So that's it. That's just not even a second step you have to do to link your application into the with that application insight account. As soon as you do that, you deploy that, your app is ready, and your app will send all the related telemetry logs into the application insight account. But yes, there is one more thing which we can do at the application end. I'll share you, but let's go into the detail of the application insight now. So for example, as we have seen that in this application insight, everything will be coming up. So where it is coming up and how we can see that, let's go to that section called like monitoring section. If you see, it's a logs. So here when you click, by default you get this window. You can cross this, you can cross this as well. Okay, so now you will see this new query window. Okay, here we have to type all my queries through which I can get my results. Okay, and it is giving you some options as well by default, that if you want to see the page views, if you want to see the traces from the performance counter perspective, from the custom events, whatever you want to see, you can see that. But I'll give you one set few examples through which you can see the things like how the logs are maintained in the application side. So for example, I can type page views. Okay, just like that, just like this command. And then from here you can set the time range. Okay, like in last 24 hours, in last 48 hours. Based on that, uh, your configuration is ready. So you just click on run, and now it will give you the values based on the last 24 hours, and it is giving you only from the page views perspective. You can see that item type is page view, and here every type of entry is showing up. Okay, like what is the timestamp, the ID, the name, the role center which user is running. And then in the custom dimensions you can see that information of the tenant ID, object name, object type, right, who's the publisher, and every sort of stuff you are seeing here. Okay, then apart from the page views which will give you the information related to the pages, then we have traces as well here. And if you click on run here, and then you will see that now it is giving you more detail with respect to the processes and the errors which user is might getting. And here you can see that severity level is there. Severity level is something which is related to, again, the error, the warning, the like normal, critical error. So all that information here you can see, right, what message user is getting while getting an error, what was the tenant ID, what was the process name, what was the name of the environment. So all these details are coming up here, and from that you can use the things. And if you really want to filter out certain more things, like you can add always here, like where uh, as you can see that you can type the app ID. Okay, you can type like custom dimensions. Why I'm adding custom dimensions? Because this tenant ID information is available under this head. So custom dimensions dot aad tenant ID, okay, equals to then the value of your tenant ID. Okay, because as I said that you can assign multiple tenants, then you can do that. If you want to know basically from your user level, that I just want to record or see the logs from the user perspective, that only one user is getting some issues and not the other user. So I want to analyze what that particular user is doing in the system. So if you go to the user card, okay, if you go to the user card, from here you will see that one value, one field is there called telemetry ID. Okay, so now every user have its own telemetry ID, and based on that, if you see here, uh, there will be field, okay, called user ID. Okay, and that will be available based on the record. So if you want to see that, I want to see the telemetry logs of that particular user, so what I can type here is that user ID equals to, okay, and then copy this value and type it here and just run it. So you will see the operations with respect to that user only, and then you can analyze complete activities based on which page user is running, what type of error user is getting, and all that stuff. Okay, by default, as you can see in the custom dimensions, we have certain predefined properties are available. In case you're not satisfied with these standard properties and you want to add your own to fetch the more and more information out of your application, out of your processes, which can help you in debugging the user problems, then you can do that very well via code also. Okay, we will I will show you, but before that, let's understand some more section. Like, of course, as I said, that you can use this query traces, and then you can add multiple conditions based on whatever values are showing up here, and all your things can be done easily. Like, you can add conditions and then add custom dimensions dot and certain properties to filter out the uh, dedicated logs only which you want to see. Okay, then there is one section here called diagnostic settings. If you come here, in the diagnostic settings, you can configure the setting to maintain, to limit, to add a cap, and to export your logs, to archive your logs. All these operations we can do. So you can see here that I've already created one diagnostic setting, but if you want to create a new diagnostic setting, you can do that by clicking on add button. And then, like, as I showed you, there are different types of telemetry logs which system is maintaining. So if you want a particular, you can do that, right? You can select that particular log, and then based on that, you can see that you can archive that log into these destinations. Like, you want to export your logs through log analytics workspace, through storage account, through event hub, so you can select that. Okay, for example, I have one log analytics account, I can select that, and then click on save. Otherwise, you can select this archive to storage account, select your existing storage account. If it is not available, you can create one storage account here, and then you can use that to export all your logs. Okay, I'll show you. So basically, if I go to the log analytics workspace here, I have this one. Okay, and if you select this here, you can see that certain tables are there which have the records of all your telemetry logs out there, right? And if you want to export them, you can very well export them from creating new export rule, right? So this is the complete stuff which you can do from the application side perspective. Also from the cost perspective, because cost is very much important, so you can see that in the usage section always, and have a control over your insights, right? You can always see the cost. You can add the cap as well, that I just want this particular type GBs per day wise, and that's stuff. Because after 5 GB, you just $2-3 you have to spend for per GB. Okay, now let's come to the app section. As I told you that if you want, you can add your multiple basically let's test page.al t page extension, right? So if I select one ID, okay, my extension, and customer list. There is some problem going on. Let me see, customer card. Okay, fine. And here, let's say I want to log my custom dimensions, right? So I can very well do that by there is one function available out of the box. Okay, why it is not coming up? But first of all, let me add one variable. Okay, and that variable is dictionary variable. Okay, custom dimension dictionary of text comma text. Right, now let's say trigger, let's say on open page I used begin end. Okay, so as I told you that we can add multiple custom dimensions which I want in my application, through which I can get more information. So there is a function called log message. Okay, and here what it basically gives you, it gives you certain parameters, like first parameter is text, then second text, then we have the verbosity, data classification, and this stuff. Okay, so let's add, the first thing is the event id. Okay, so event id based on your like, let me show you this thing first. So certain standard event IDs are available by default, which you will get in the log itself, and you can filter out certain event IDs based on different processes. So each event ID has its own meaning. Okay, I will attach this link in the description section to, so that you can see and read about every the meaning of every particular event ID. Okay, and then when you are checking the logs via query, you can filter out certain event IDs based on your requirement. So the first parameter which I'm giving here is nothing but the event ID. Okay, then the second thing is, of course, it takes the message. So whatever error message you want to give, like small error, okay, like that, or whatever, based on your message, which will give you the more clarity, you can assign that. It's like the use case of this event. Okay, then we have this verbosity, which is like which category you want that this event id will consider, what you want to consider it as, a whether it's an error, whether it's a normal, critical, or something like that. Okay, then the other property is called the data classification. So data classification, you can select that system metadata, customer content, based on whatever the need is. Okay, then we have a telemetry scope, telemetry scope all, or like extension publisher as well. So it will give you that information of the like who was the publisher of your publisher of this app, so that you can get that information. Okay, and then of course we have this last message called text. Okay, or the custom dimension. So I can type here custom dim. Okay, and that's it. So I have assigned all my properties, all my parameters into this log message which are required, and now it will start sending the logs, the custom logs to my application insight account. But of course I have not added anywhere what exactly my custom dimensions are. So for that you have to type custom dimension dot add, and then you can add your properties, like I want to see this process that It's a process of AL testing. Okay, you can type here app name, the card name, or any particular operation like custom dimension dot add. You can add multiple trigger. Okay, then here uh, on open, then custom dimension dot add, then document number. Okay, then here rec dot number. Okay, so all this information you can add, and because I have added the custom dimension variable directly, so all these three properties will now become a part of my logs itself. So when I come to the logs, okay, here I can add those properties like custom dimensions dot doc number, what document number, yeah. So I can type here document number equals to, or app id equals to. So all these properties are now available, and I can filter out and I can see the dedicated logs which I want, very particular logs which I want to see from my app perspective, right? Because as we have seen, there are thousands of logs you will find here, so this filter is very much required. And in this way we can assign the custom dimensions as well and send those to the telemetry logs. So this is something which helps us to identify more and more information so that we can provide better solutions to our partners, to our customers, right? So that's all in this today's video which I wanted to share about telemetry setups and analysis at the environment level, at the tenant level, at the app level. I hope you like this video. If you like it, please hit the like button and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching this video.